Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Phil with my co-host Sam, and we're doing something a little bit different on the channel today.
Yeah.
We've got the 10 most dangerous animals in the U.S., and Samantha has been looking forward to this one all week.
I love animals, so I'm interested to see what these are going to be.
Well, they're not going to be cute and cuddly animals, I imagine.
Sometimes animals are cute but deadly. Look at like a honey badger. Those things are scary, but they're pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, they may look cute, but they're not the animals that you want to be going
Or like
up
a polar bear. Like, aren't polar bears like super deadly?
Yeah.
But they're so cute.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like those videos that you see of people when they're at a park or driving through a park and there's bears, and they go out and they like try to pet the bear or feed the bear
It's like,
or something.
don't feed the bear.
And the bear would just need to go. No, they wouldn't bite. Usually they swipe. And their claws, their paws are just huge,
The size of your upper body.
There's definitely one, and it's probably going to be in this list. I don't know if it's going to be at the top, but a grizzly bear is not something I would ever want to. Well, actually, it says brown bear right at the bottom, so maybe that's number 10. But
you're just spoiling it already.
Well, it says that the thing. Spoiling what? It's going to come in the next one right here. But I don't know if a brown bear is the same as a grizzly bear. That might be
No,
different.
they're different.
They're different?
Yes,
You're
definitely.
a bear expert?
Yes.
Okay.
I did a project on bears in elementary school.
Okay, good to know. I can ask you any questions about bears that need it.
I'm pretty sure a brown bear is different than a grizzly bear.
Anyway, so I wouldn't want to run to a grizzly bear because they're huge, but they're also super fast.
I don't think I'd really want to.
very
I mean,
aggressive.
I'd like to see them from afar, but I don't think I'd want to like run into any of them.
Yeah. Anyways, doing a different, like I said, different type of content today. We like to switch things up. If you have any other recommendations for types of content that we could do related to this,
animal related, I'm here for.
And we also do military-based stuff. We do history. We do music. We do sports. We do comedy. So if you enjoy that type of content, we'd love to have you as a part of our community that's been growing tremendously over the past 18 months, and wouldn't be where we are without all you guys supporting us.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, enough with the chit-chat. Let's find out about these animals. Sam,
Let's get into the brown bear.
Do you have any predictions of what you're going to see on here?
A brown bear.
Anything else?
Maybe like a tarantula or something of some sort.
They're not. I don't think they're very deadly.
Or like a scorpion, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like in the desert area or something. Yeah. All right. Well, let's find out. I think there's going to be a snake for sure on here, but let's find out.
Ugh.
Grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear.
North American brown bears have a fearsome reputation to go with their physical prowess and outstanding.
Apparently, you need to redo your project, buddy.
I don't think a brown bear and a grizzly bear is the same thing. I need to look that up after.
Natural weaponry. The common name, grizzly, is often used in reference to brown bear species found in the US. These include the Ursus arctos horribilis, or the mainland grizzly, the peninsula grizzly, and Kodiak bears, only found in Alaska's eponymous archipelago. The latter rivals the polar bear as the largest land carnivore on Earth. Kodiak bears have been known to weigh over 1,500 pounds, which is almost as heavy as the average bull. As evident from the prominent muscular hump on their shoulders, grizzlies are built for power. Moreover, they have massive canines, claws that grow up to 6 inches, and jaws strong enough to crush bowling balls. As a grizzly stands up on its hind legs, it will often use its superior strength to take down a victim. It will bite at the victim's lower jaw, which is most likely a disarming technique. Confrontations between humans and grizzly bears can occur as a result of hunting as well as camping. They have a phenomenal sense of smell and are often attracted to food that hasn't been stored properly. There have been several reports of campers being dragged out of their tents by attacking grizzlies. Conditioning the bears to campsite food can accustom them to human presence, thus increasing the likelihood of future attacks. Number 9.
That's scary.
Spiders.
Black widows and brown recluse spiders share an entry on our list as the most dangerous spiders in the US.
Nightmares.
Female black widows, distinguishable by the red hourglass mark on their abdomens, are the most fearsome by reputation. They'll sometimes devour their partners after mating and own highly toxic venom. The illness associated with black widow envenomation is called latrodectism. It's described by pain, vomiting, and muscle rigidity. Contrary to popular belief, the condition is rarely fatal for humans. The brown recluse spider, although only slightly larger than a US penny, is quite dangerous in its own right. The hemotoxic properties of its venom can cause tissue necrosis.
Wow.
Severe lesions can become infected and may even lead to amputation. Yet, like the black widows, the bite of a brown recluse spider is seldom fatal. Number 8. Cougar. Cougars, also known as pumas or mountain lions, have the widest distribution of any wild animal in the Americas.
See,
pretty
cute but deadly.
Yeah, it's definitely not cute if you find it in the wild, and that's what they're going to tell us about. But it's interesting that they have the grizzly bear tent, though. Like,
You were determined that that was going to be like,
well, I mean, to me, I look at a cougar versus a grizzly bear, and I mean, I wouldn't want to run into either of them, but I feel like I'd have a better chance at getting away from a mountain lion and like dealing with it in the wild type thing. Like, I feel like a grizzly bear, if you run into a grizzly bear and like it's coming, you can't do anything. Like, you can't scare a grizzly bear. Like, they don't get scared. But with a mountain lion, I think if you guys might correct me, but
you haven't even heard about it yet.
I know, but I'm from what I understand is like if you make yourself big, loud, all that stuff, they may just scatter and go. And
I feel like these suckers would be way faster than a grizzly bear. Because a grizzly bear is like heavy and like hefty.
Yeah, I mean, we could be here all day debating who's going to win in a fight, but I'm just saying from a human's perspective of who's dangerous to us,
I know, but
I would put a grizzly bear like number 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if both of them are chasing you, like if a cougar is faster, it's going to catch you easier than a grizzly bear.
Yeah, but a grizzly bear is going to catch you too. We're not getting away from either. I'm saying if like we're walking down a road and a grizzly bear walks out of the bushes, or if you have to ask me who I'm picking, a grizzly bear walking out of the bush and a cougar coming out of the bush, both of them I'd be like losing my mind. But I would probably feel like I had a better chance of surviving that encounter with a cougar.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, let's continue.
Let's listen to the cougar first.
Americas. In the US, populations are found across 16 states, mostly on the West Coast.
And in Canada.
Male cougars average about 150 pounds, but in rare cases may surpass 200 pounds. Even though that's about the weight of the average American male, the difference in power is considerable. Relative to its size, the cougar has the largest paws and hind legs found within the feline family. This enables it to perform outstanding leaps and reach sprinting speeds of up to 50 miles per hour,
Damn.
which is
miles.
actually
That's great.
faster than a greyhound.
Wow.
It can also swim and is an apt climber. A cougar's muscular body is perfectly designed for grasping
He's
and
thick.
holding large prey,
Killing
an
machine.
ability enhanced by the retractable claws on its paws. Attacks on humans are rare, but have seen an increase in recent years, mainly due to expansion into the cougar's natural range. The feline will attack if cornered or if a human triggers its chase instinct, typically by turning their back and running away. An attack usually involves a bite to the neck, in which the animal tries to sink its teeth between the vertebrae and into the spinal cord. Children are at greatest risk of getting ambushed by a cougar and the least likely to survive an attack. Number 7. Grey wolf. As the largest and strongest member of the Canidae family, the grey wolf was a mandatory introduction to our list. Its teeth are specialized for crushing bone, and its slender, powerfully built body favors relentless attacks. Although dangerous enough on its own, the wolf is notable for its pack behavior and cooperative hunting. A pack of 15 wolves, for example, is capable of taking down an adult moose. Interestingly enough, the deer species can easily grow to be 15 times heavier than an individual wolf. While not as numerous as in Eurasia, North America has also seen a number of wolf attacks. The most recent fatality occurred in 2010 in Alaska, when a young woman was killed while jogging. There's an argument that most wolf attacks are the result of an individual animal suffering from rabies. Nevertheless, wolf management programs from the United States Wildlife Service describe them as opportunistic hunters that will attack humans if given the chance.
So duly noted, Sam, you have been doing your running program recently. Don't take any runs in Africa, or in Alaska, sorry.
Because I might get attacked by a
Who
wolf.
goes for jogs in Alaska?
I don't even know. So who would you rather meet on, since we're doing this, who would you rather meet on the street, a wolf or a mountain lion?
On the street?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd run into any of them on the street.
You just said you'd rather run into a mountain lion than a grizzly bear on the street.
I'm just joking. But I don't know. I think those are basically the same to me.
So grizzly bear and then they're equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? I don't need to be on the interview spot here. What about you? What are your thoughts about the first few that we've gone through?
I think for me personally, well, spiders are like really scary because they're so small and you don't know, like they can come and
step on them.
Yeah, or like, you could be sleeping and it could come and go. So they're scary. Spiders like freak me out a lot, man. Like poisonous spiders. And then I'd say probably either the mountain lion or the grizzly bear, because I feel like you said the grizzly bear is like huge and very powerful.
Wolves are big too.
Yeah.
They didn't really say how big they are, but when you compare them to
I don't
a
think
dog,
it's as huge.
They're big.
But I don't think they're as big as a mountain lion.
I don't think they're as big, but I
The
think
thing
they're
that scares
pretty
me about
close.
a mountain lion is like they said, like your instinct is to run away, and the minute you start running, they're going to chase you. And there's
That's what I was saying to
crazy
you. If you cross paths with one, you don't turn and run, right? The grizzly bear, you basically have to run because they don't get scared,
Yeah.
right? They'll just be
They're
like,
like, I'm going to eat you.
exactly. He'll walk towards you and just like tear you apart, right? And if you turn and run, they'll do the same thing. They'll chase after you. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but with the mountain lion, like I was saying, you can scare them, make them think that like
You're a grizzly bear.
They don't care, bro. They're grizzly bears. Like I'm saying, that's what I'm just blown away that they're number 10 because to me they're next level.
Yeah, okay.
Throughout the years, encounters with hunters, shepherds, and ranchers have caused wolves to develop a fear of approaching humans. Yet wildlife experts warn against actions that may encourage wolves to be in the proximity of people, as it may lead to an increase in violent encounters.
Scary.
Number 6. Arizona bark scorpion. The Arizona bark scorpion, also known as Centauroides sculpturatus, is North America's most venomous scorpion. These creatures prefer riparian areas, meaning that they're found on land adjacent to rivers or streams. The popularity of irrigated lawns and other man-made water systems have led to an increase of scorpion populations in residential areas. The symptoms associated with the Arizona bark scorpion's sting can last from 24 to 72 hours. They include intense pain, numbness, and convulsions, or temporary dysfunction of the affected area. The pain is so intense that victims reported experiencing sensations similar to electric shocks. While fatalities are rare, there are certain groups that are more at risk than others, such as children, the elderly, or people with compromised immune systems. In Arizona, thousands of people are reportedly stung by the scorpion each year. Number 5. Bull shark.
Bull shark.
With the Atlantic Ocean on its east coast and the Pacific Ocean in the west, the US faces more than a dozen shark attacks every year. While the great white receives the brunt of the notoriety, there's an equally, if not more, dangerous shark. Unlike their mainly oceanic relatives, bull sharks are able to thrive in freshwater systems as well. This makes them particularly dangerous when considering the US's sprawling riverways. Bull sharks have been found up the Mississippi River, hundreds of miles from the ocean.
Wow.
They were also spotted in the Ohio River and in Maryland's Potomac River. These creatures have pound per pound the most powerful bite of all the shark species.
Wow.
There's a combination of factors that make them particularly dangerous towards humans. It's not only about bite force and size. Even though females average roughly 300 pounds or about as much as the typical sumo wrestler, bull sharks are territorial, temperamental, and have no tolerance for provocation. These creatures might have even been responsible for the infamous Jersey Shore shark attacks of 1916, which served as an inspiration for the novel Jaws. Number 4. Rattlesnake.
Ew.
By recent estimates, there are roughly 7,000 to 8,000 snake bites that occur in the United States every year. Fortunately, the development of antivenom has led to significantly less fatalities than in the past. Snake attacks are disproportionate in the country. with the majority of them occurring in warm weather states such as Texas and Florida. Among the various venomous serpents found across the land, there are about 16 rattlesnake species.
Wow.
These creatures are so dreaded that a timber rattlesnake was once put on a flag to motivate infantry forces. During the American Revolution, the Continental Marines had a motto flag of a timber rattlesnake that was coiled and ready to strike. Beneath it were the words, "Don't tread on me." These snakes are distinguishable by the rattle at the end of their tail. It's made of interlocked keratinous segments which vibrate against one another when the snake contracts certain tail muscles. This produces a distinctive rattling sound that acts as a deterrent to predators and as a warning to humans. The western diamondback and the eastern diamondback are the species responsible for most snakebite fatalities. The latter is known as the most venomous snake in North America and owns the longest fangs of any rattlesnake species.
Those are big.
Number 3. Deer.
You look like you're loving the snakes, scorpions, and
Anything
spiders.
that doesn't have limbs like freaks me out. I don't like them. I'll never forget being a kid and watching Indiana Jones and him falling into the snake pit. That gave me nightmares forever. And Anaconda, the movie Anaconda.
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was, but I do remember watching Anaconda, and it seemingly was scary, even though it was probably mostly computer generated.
Oh,
at the time.
100%. I remember all my older cousins that were all like anywhere from like 5 to 10 years older than me were all watching it at the cottage, and I was sent to bed, and I like snuck out to the spindles of the stairs and like watched through the spindles of the stairs as a child, and big mistake.
Wonder if that's going to be on here. I don't think so, right? Anacondas
Anaconda?
are South American, I think. I thought I
Yeah,
remember.
they're in Africa too, aren't they? Like the
Yeah,
Congo and
probably.
stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know if this is like what order they're putting this in, because like they were saying about the snakes, like they happen frequently, but it's not like they're killing a bunch of people. And even the sharks, like, what do they say? 12 people die per year.
A year, yeah.
Like I guess that's high for animals. But it doesn't seem like we're going in a particular order as to
They're
why.
just talking in general about deadly animals.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're grizzlies.
Deer may sound less terrifying than other animals on our list, but statistically speaking, they're the deadliest.
'Cause they
a
kill
number
people
of
with their
species weigh
cars.
several hundred pounds and certainly possess the mass to trample people to death. Males own majestic antlers, some of which are several feet across and definitely capable of inflicting severe injuries. However, fatal antler stabbings or brutal trampling isn't what makes the deer the deadliest creatures in the country.
Car crash.
Most will simply choose to run away from humans rather than engage them. That's actually the crux of the matter. As deer move across their range, they end up on roadways or highways and collide with vehicles. In the US, this type of collision causes about 200 human deaths and roughly $1 billion in property damage every year.
Wow.
It's so widespread that the idea of being surprised and caught like a deer in the headlights has become a saying. While easier to avoid during the day, deer are particularly difficult to spot at dusk or dawn. Habitat fragmentation is a considerable factor in the rise of deer vehicle collisions. Today's topic was requested by Instagram follower @RyanThompson5499. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below, or follow us on Instagram and reach out to us there. Number 2, American bison.
Bison.
The American bison is North America's largest land animal and nature's equivalent of a gigantic battering ram. Its charge, a devastating combination of mass and speed, is powerful enough to derail a train. Also known as the buffalo, the species' bulls can weigh up to 2,800 pounds in the wild and a staggering 3,800 pounds in captivity.
That's crazy.
That's about as heavy as the average car.
Wow.
They own massive heads, pronounced muscular humps, and giant forequarters. Their short, curved horns are used as defensive weapons
That's
and to
crazy.
fight for status within the herd. Despite its mass and seemingly lethargic movements, a charging bison can get up to 40 miles per hour. To put that
Damn.
into perspective, Usain Bolt's speed record topped out at 27.8 miles per hour. Historically, these creatures used to roam the continent in vast herds. The spread of bovine diseases from domestic cattle and commercial hunting brought the creatures to the brink of extinction. They went from over 60 million in the late 18th century to only a few 100,000 towards the end of the 19th century.
That is
Recovery efforts spared its extinction, and the American bison is now mainly restricted to reserves and national parks. That's where a number of violent human encounters have occurred in the past decades. From 1980 to 1999, at Yellowstone National Park alone, bison attacked 3 times more people than bears. During this period, there were 3 reported fatalities, in addition to numerous reports of puncture wounds and broken bones.
Official They Will Kill You merchandise is now available at theywillkillyou.com. Some of it is to die for.
Number 1. Moose.
the moose.
Even though they're part of the deer family, and even though they get in a fair share of vehicle collisions, moose most definitely deserve their own entry on our list. They're creatures of many extremes, as the largest and heaviest of all deer species. Exceptional bulls stand more than 6 foot 9 inches at the shoulder, meaning they're taller than NBA superstar LeBron James. Their massive antlers can span close to 6 feet from tip to tip, so you could horizontally fit the average American male between them. The largest bulls weigh close to 2,000 pounds, almost twice as much as a grand piano. Moose are not only monsters in terms of proportion, but also temperament. When it comes to raw data, they attack more people than wolves and bears combined. They're also perfectly capable of killing both predatory species. They injure more humans than any other animal in the Americas, and are second only to hippos in worldwide attacks. They can charge people and inflict devastating injuries with their antlers. One common sign of an imminent charge is that the hairs on its neck and shoulders will stand up. Moose are surprisingly limber, and unlike other large-hooved animals, they can kick in all directions. Not that you should ever do it, but this means there's no safe way to approach them. Thanks for watching. Would you rather be charged by a bison or get a roundhouse kick from a prime Chuck Norris? Let us know in the comments.
Old Chuck Norris joke. So, Sam, what are your thoughts on the 10 most dangerous animals of the U.S.?
I'd say they're all pretty scary in their own right. I was surprised though he just said hippo. There's no hippos in the U.S. like in Florida
No.
or anything.
No.
True. What about one thing I'm kind of surprised it's on there is like some form of like
Gator?
yeah, or crocodile or whatever. Is it Florida has
Alligators.
yes, okay. Crocodiles are where? Somewhere else.
Yeah, I think you're going to find like most crocodiles in Africa and
True,
South
true.
America.
Okay.
But
Like
definitely
Australia and
Florida
stuff.
is known for the alligator
Yes,
population,
I'm
which is
surprised.
smaller.
I'm surprised those suckers weren't on there.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
I don't
pretty
think
scary too.
I don't think alligators are very aggressive. I think they run from people more than anything.
Okay. Interesting.
Crocodiles, I think, are much more aggressive.
Yeah, because I mean, the shark was really the only like water-based animal on there. Everything
Yeah.
else was like land.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a landmass, right? So
Yeah.
I think, places in the Amazon is going to have more of those anaconda stuff that we talked about, right?
Do
Anyways,
you still think the grizzly is the scariest one on there?
well, I mean, they did mention obviously the moose, and there's.
I wouldn't think that they're like violent, but apparently they are.
Yeah, it's just because they don't look ferocious like we talked about in the beginning, right? You have this view of a cute, cuddly animal.
Yeah.
And although moose are huge, right? They don't look vicious. They look, like this just large, majestic animal.
Yeah.
But, with that large size, they can do obviously.
I
a lot of
never knew
damage.
because I've never seen one in person. Aside from, I think there might be. Was there one at the zoo, Toronto Zoo? I think I saw one at Toronto Zoo once, but I've never really seen one in the wild in its full size. And I saw a video recently of a moose attacking a dog, and I couldn't believe how big it was compared to the dog.
I've never seen one in person, but I have seen videos of them like running alongside highways, and like they're just so much bigger than a car.
That's wild.
It's like they're like above and beyond the car, like like they were
Crazy.
saying, I think it was 6'9" or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They're so tall. So, and then you combine that with like 6 feet of antlers. It's just also wild. So, I mean, I would definitely say I wouldn't want to run into a moose either.
No, I think the bison's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's another valid point. Is like, if those things charge at you, good luck.
I remember we watched Yellowstone, the TV show, recently, and I remember them being in it and me thinking, like, those suckers are big.
Yeah, and with the bison, I mean, they're so big, right? Because they have to also fend off predators, right? Same thing for, the moose and stuff. So, we don't look at the cougar or the grizzly bear, like they were saying in there, or the wolf, that the moose can defend itself against them.
Yeah.
And that tells you, how strong they are, obviously, right? So anyway.
Strong as moose.
Did you enjoy this video, Sam?
Yeah, I loved it. 10 out of 10.
There you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. I did too. So that's
now I want to know the deadliest animals in the entire world.
Well, I'm sure somebody's going to drop a comment down below and let us know what we can check out. And make sure you hit that like button before you go. Make sure you subscribe. We got 2 videos coming tomorrow, and we want you there with us. So hopefully we see you then.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.